it just brought back great memories, man. That's kind of what we're here to do, is bring back memories. And,
So is it going to be weird to play drums and not have the Blue Man costume on?
Well, I mean, I'm not actually blue. If you've seen the show, I'm like this weird skeleton.
Oh, okay, that's it. Okay.
Because I was going to ask him,
Yeah,
are you blue?
Yeah, no.
It won't be the Donnie the Smurf.
Yeah, boss says, yeah, I'll come play with you guys, but I'm bringing the outfit.
Exactly. These guys are, I mean, I love playing the songs from all these guys, man. And, like I was a fan of, bands, like these guys played in. So I'm kind of stoked to be playing the song.
Yeah. It's got to be a lot of fun to get together with other great musicians and just have fun.
Totally. I'll say afterwards.
He's filming.
Put your Periscope.
It's my Periscope. Yes, hello Periscope.
Where can we watch it?
Well, it's my. You have to follow me on Twitter, and then you get into the Periscope.
Live right now.
So what's the handle that people?
Sir Oz Fox.
Sir Oz Fox.
My Twitter name.
And then they can watch this right now.
And they can watch it if they're on Periscope.
Okay, pretty cool.
So, very cool.
Might as well
But anyway. So anyway, I don't really have much to say other than to announce my Periscope. So. I got a great hero for tonight. It's up for sure.
Periscope up.
So do you guys talk about making out or singles
totally.
and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
I'm glad you brought that up. Oz and I just actually had a nice long meeting a couple of weeks ago with Steve Thompson, who mixed a little album called Appetite for Destruction.
Yeah.
Also produced the first Tesla record and he's worked with Lord. He's really interested in producing bands, so Oz and I have been really, about 6-8 months, been demoing a lot of stuff. Writing some great stuff. So.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I bet you guys got a lot of stuff in your heads to put down, man.
It's constantly flowing.
Yeah.
Flowing.
So I got to ask, because obviously we were doing radio at the time, playing. I mean, whenever you guys had a new song, we'd throw it on, and it was like here's fresh rock on KBear, and we'd play here's the new LA Guns. I mean that's what it was, and then, bam, it all just came skidding and crashing right into a brick wall. What was that like, honestly, when you guys? I mean, did it feel the way it did for us when all of a sudden it was like, okay, you guys are now playing this? And instead of the stuff where it's like, wait, what happened?
Well, it's funny because that time in the early '90s, I got into my first national band, Rawk's Gang, before LA Guns, and I was like, yeah, I was 24 and full of piss and vinegar, and band was getting ready to sign a new record deal. I left Virgin, and then it was just literally like grinding brakes on.
Really?
It's just
okay.
Well, that's just not fair.
That's not. That's not cool.
That's just not, I was like,
I can wear a sweater.
In Twilight Zone when he breaks his glasses.
Yeah,
that's just not fair.
I remember I was hanging out with Mike and Dad. We were snowboarding up in Big Bear, and there was a radio station up there. And so they saw us there, and they wanted to interview him, and they wouldn't even talk to me. It's weird. It's like it was beyond even just the music. They didn't want to have anything to do with the people of that era because it was like we were taboo, but it kind of came around, and then we started touring again with other bands and packages. We got toured Poison, who was there with Poison, and who else was that tour?
It was Slaughter, Dokken, Cinderella, Poison.
Slaughter, Dokken, Cinderella, Poison, and so you get together with your friends and play, and it's great. And like now we're like all together in the same.
Yeah. Well, I think, like you said, it comes around, and people now that didn't get a chance to grow up with it, didn't get a chance to live it, that only got that breaks grinding. All you can listen to now is Alice in Chains and Soundgarden, and this.
Yeah.
And
but
now
young
they get
kids
to,
now, man, like,
and they're latching on, aren't they?
Young kids, especially overseas, man. I get Facebook requests from all over the world of young kids, and they dress up like the bands of the 80s and 90s. And it's a new scene for them. Like they're just now discovering this music, and they act like
it's fresh.
We're still like what we were then, although we're a lot older now. They still see the pictures.
It's
of
really part of classic rock now, isn't it?
It's so true.
Even the '90s stuff is considered classic rock.
Well, and you're the classic rock guys that can still walk without a wheelchair.
I'm almost.
Was it just the change of music, or was it technology that messed you guys up? Because the technology then changed right about that time, where it's all of a sudden we don't need a record company.
That's $1 million question, isn't it? Because you get a different answer from everybody. I think that it was so oversaturated, and with anything that when that happens, there's going to be a backlash.
Yeah.
Like I foresee in the next 2 years a musical revolution happening. there's going to be a backlash against all this crappy pop music that's coming out, and the diluted hip hop. There's going to be a backlash against it, just like there was punk rock against corporate rock in the '70s and grunge.
There's got to be. There's got to be, because it's no good. And people are going to wake up to the fact that what are we listening to?
Yeah.
I think you're right, man.
There's no substance. Not that we didn't have substance, but when it gets blown out and so oversaturated, it's unfortunate because it really was a timeless movement.
Yeah.
But a lot of the music does stand up to the test.
It does.
Well, that's what happened in the 90s when I was a music director, and it was like every day I had 10 new CDs of the exact same band, only different guys. It was like, it got hard to listen to them all.
Yeah, it's too much.
It was just too much.
They've let it dry.
Yeah, but then, like you said,
That
you go
shows
back,
how good you guys were, though.
and you listen, and there's the genius that's in it, and that's what's still around.
So you guys, KBear was the first band that played, the first bass that played Slaughter.
Right.
You started playing our demo before our record came out, and that kind of, for us, got the ball rolling, and so we owe you a great deal of gratitude, man, because this has always been a rock and roll town we always love coming here.
Well, right on.
Yes.
I got a KBear story too.
He's putting his periscope down now, and he's telling a KBear
I'm
story.
trying to get this backwards so I can tell my story to the current people on Periscope. But anyway,
Okay.
yeah. So like we had an album called Against the Law that was out in 1990,
Yeah, right.
around then, and I remember we were having a tough time trying to get our label to play the heavy songs for like our first single, to want to make that the first single, and we fought with them, and I kept saying, man, we need this song called Two-Time Woman to be the single, because it's rocking, it's really heavy, and it's got all this vibe and stuff, and they just refused. They refused. We ended up doing, as a first single, I believe it was Shining Star, which was a Earth, Wind & Fire song. And I strictly remember them saying, KBear won't play Shining Star. They want to play Two-Time Woman.
I told you!
And that's what you guys ended up playing the whole time.
That's so
We might be playing that.
We might be playing that one.
Ah.
I'm not giving it away, but I'm just saying.
My Striper story is I remember you guys were playing at the fairgrounds at the Fair Park Coliseum, and I was going out there to do an interview and introduce you guys. And I was out in the parking lot having a cigarette, and I saw these young girls get dropped off by their mom, and they both had sacks, and I was like, just wondering what was up. They ran behind a couple of cars, and I couldn't see what they were doing, but when they came out from behind the cars, they were dressed entirely different than what their mom dropped them off.
We'll be there.
How
We'll be
cool
fine.
is yeah, mom wouldn't let them dress the way they wanted to, so they had to bring their clothes and change.
It's just Bible study.
That's really fun.
Hey, we got to take a break, but can you guys hang around for a second?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're talking with Let It Rock. We're going to be at Louis Joe's tonight. We'll come right back on KBear 101.